All right, guys, let's continue on. Part one, the sorrows of young Werther. This one's 26th of May. You know of old my way of making myself a home, of pitching my humble shelter in some pleasant place and lodging there in the most modest of manners. Here too I have once again been attracted to such a spot. About an hour outside the town is a place they call Walheim or Walheim. It is most engagingly situated on a hill, and when you are up above and following the path out of the village, you suddenly have a view across the entire valley. A kindly innkeeper, obliging and cheerful in her old age, has wine, beer, and coffee to offer. And best of all are the two linden trees whose spreading boughs shade the little church square, which is surrounded by farmers' houses, barns, and yards. It has not been easy to find so pleasant and cozy a spot, and now I have my little table and my chair carried out of the inn, and drink my coffee there and read my Homer. The first time I walked beneath these lindens, by chance, one beautiful afternoon, I found the square perfectly deserted. Everyone was out in the fields except a boy about 4 years old, who was sitting on the ground and holding another child of perhaps 6 months that sat between his feet. He was holding it to his breast with both arms so that he served as a kind of armchair. And despite the vivacity that sparkled in his black eyes as he gazed around, he sat quite tranquilly. The sight delighted me. I sat down on a plow across from them and took great pleasure in drawing this brotherly picture. Added the fence that was near them, a barn door, and a few broken cart wheels, all simply the way it was. And after an hour I found I had produced a harmoniously correct and arresting drawing without putting it into anything whatsoever of my own. This confirmed me in my resolve to keep to nature alone in nature. This confirmed me in my resolve to keep to nature alone in future. Only nature has inexhaustible riches, and only nature creates a great artist. A good deal can be said of the advantages of rules, much the same as can be said in praise of bourgeois society. A man shaped by the rules will never produce anything tasteless or bad, just as a citizen who observes laws and decorum will never be an unbearable neighbor or an out-and-out villain. Yet, on the other hand, say what you please, the rules will destroy the true feeling of nature and its true expression. The rules will destroy the true feeling of nature and its true expression. You may say you are too hard, the rules merely contain. They cut back the rancor growth, etc. My good friend, let me offer you an analogy. It is the same as it is with love. A young fellow is totally infatuated with a girl, spends every hour of the day with her, wears himself out and squanders his fortune to give her constant proof that his devotion to her knows no end. And then some Philistine, some man of public rank, comes and says to him, "My dear young sir, to love is only natural, but you must be true to human nature when you love. Divide up your hours, some for your work and some for recreation with your girl. Calculate your income, and once your necessities are seen to, I shall be the last to urge against giving her a present with what meat. I shall be the last to urge against giving her a present with what remains, though not too often, on her birthday, say, or her saint's day, and so forth. If the man obeys, he will turn out a respectable young chap, and I should personally advise any prince to appoint him to his council, but his love will be done for, and so if he is an artist, will his art. Oh, my friends, you ask why the torrent of genius so rarely pours forth, so rarely floods and thunders and overwhelms your astonished soul? Because, dear friends, on either bank dwell the cool, respectable gentlemen, whose summer houses, tulip beds, and cabbage patches would all be washed away, and who are therefore highly skilled in averting future dangers in good time by damming and digging channels.